I'm Jillian, mother, military wife, recently resigned teacher after 15 years. 15 years in the classroom. Just resigned. I've been a mother for 11 years. So I have an 11-year-old and a 2-year-old. I'm Jamaican, currently living in North Carolina. I love to read. I love anything outdoor. So I love gardening. I love going for a walk. I love just existing outside. I love traveling. And I like food. Unfortunately, that is not necessarily a great trait because it can become out of control. But for now, I love food. I enjoy going to church. I really take pride in my relationship with God. I grew up in a Pentecostal household,
Mm-hmm.
and my mother is the biggest example of faith that I can use as a point of reference. And so it has really been an inspiration for me to
Mm-hmm.
maintain my relationship with God because she is proof to me that God works. In a nutshell,
Yeah.
that's me.
All right. Well, Jilly, thank you so
Yeah.
much for being a part of this series, and I really appreciate it. So, tell me, how did your journey to motherhood start, and what was that like shifting from Jilly as an individual to Jilly now being mom?
That's an interesting question because before I got pregnant, I always had this idea like I would have my checklist of things at this age, I'm going to do this at this age. So at the time when I got pregnant, it was a checklist item. There was, or I would have hoped that I'd had somebody to say, hey, don't get pregnant until you have these things in place.
Mm,
But it's like the moment I got pregnant, the lights came on of all the things I should have had that I didn't have.
mm,
It's like I grew up, literally grew up in that moment. Like I was adulting before,
mm-hmm,
but I wasn't grown. But that
mm,
pregnancy, realizing that I am going to be responsible for a whole human being, yeah, it really changed how I thought about things, my drive in life, my ambition, just
mm.
everything changed.
How many
Um,
children do you have?
I have two. I have a son and a daughter. My daughter is 11 years old, and my son is 2 years old.
Did you have a support system that would that first baby into motherhood? It wasn't as, impactful.
So my support system then was my aunt and my mom. But I remember the first night when I came home from the hospital, Jalissa, her dad was there. He was supposed to be there, and we came home that night, and he decided that he was going to go somewhere, and I was left in the room with the baby. Both babies are C-section babies.
Mm-hmm.
That child cried so much. Like she was just crying, crying, crying. She
Mm-hmm.
pooped, she cried. She ate, she cried. Oh my goodness. And it's just her and I. My aunt was in the house, but she was in her room. Eventually she came and she took the baby. And I was never more appreciative of just
Mm-hmm.
having somebody else because I was about to start crying too because we were just about to just cry together
Mm-hmm.
because I did everything that knew or thought I was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And all the baby wanted was to be walked around and shaken, their favorite thing. But here I
Mm-hmm.
am, fresh out of a C-section. That's the last thing that I wanted to do. But my aunts and my mom, to this day, well, my aunt is no longer here, but she did an amazing job with being supportive, just teaching the fundamentals of motherhood so that by the time I had to do it the second time around or help so many other friends who became mothers after me, like it was second nature. But
Mm-hmm.
that first night and essentially that first week with my
Mm-hmm.
daughter was like going to baby school. My aunt was there to say, this is how you do this, and when the baby's crying, these are the things you check, these are the things you can do. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'll forever appreciate her for that.
What's your advice for moms that are starting on their first baby? Like what would you tell yourself, meet yourself before all of that? What would you prepare Jilly for?
Before it even gets to pregnancy, I want to tell all the young ladies out there that don't get pregnant if you're not physically, mentally, and financially in the position to take care of a child on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Because men will change. Sometimes they don't intend to, and I'm not making excuses for them, but we become different, they become different. And for us, we can say it's the emotions, they don't have an excuse, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So until you are in a position to possibly maintain that child on your own, don't
Mm-hmm.
get pregnant. But having all of those things in place, if I were able to look back at young me who is just about to become a mom, I would say it's everything is a phase. So
Mm-hmm.
just do your best. It's all a phase. The babies will not remember how clean the house was. They will not remember that you left them to go shower or to do those things are really for us, and it helps our sanity. But
Mm-hmm.
they just want to be clean and fed. Your
Mm-hmm.
presence is going to matter over everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Your presence is going to matter. And just know, if you have a Velcro baby, it's because you're doing a lot of things right. My daughter was a Velcro baby, and looking back now and how confident she is, how secure she is,
Mm-hmm.
it's a reminder that yeah, a lot of things, even though I doubted and I questioned and I second guessed myself a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but that's proof that you did a lot of things right.
Okay, so two things. The first thing is your first baby, you would you say you managed that more as a single parent than you did your second baby?
Yes,
What's that dynamic?
because I stayed with my daughter's father for 2 years. On her second birthday, the actual birthday, I decided that this was not the reality I wanted for
Mm-hmm.
her and I did a clean cut. Like, there were no warnings prior to that. I just came home that day and decided that, well, we didn't live together, but we would be in each other's shared spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home from her birthday party that day and I decided that yes, this is it. I will not be coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took all of our things, and when I sat in the driveway before I pulled off, because I would have lived about 2 hours away
Mm-hmm.
before I pulled off, I said, yeah, we will not be coming back.
Mm-hmm.
This relationship will no longer exist. You will always have access to your daughter, but this is where it ends for me,
Mm-hmm.
because he was there, but he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in 85% of everything, the mental, the financial, the physical. And I'm like, okay, if I'm doing all of this with
Mm-hmm.
your bare minimum, I'm pretty sure I can dig just a little bit deeper to go do the rest. And then not having to think in the back of my mind, is he going to, it just relieved me of so much once I decided, okay, it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So I made that decision for her and I am so happy I did when I did, because all of the energy that I would spend worrying about what is he going to do, if he's going to do it, what is he doing, what is he not doing, I just
Mm-hmm.
focused on her. So she really is a unicorn. She is so well rounded, well learned, well everything, because all
Mm-hmm.
of my energy was spent just being a mom, just going
Mm-hmm.
to work, coming home, pouring into her, teaching her to read, teaching her to walk, teaching her to write, like everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a single mom effect.
Mm-hmm.
This time around, the support is there, and so definitely the mental load is way less. The
Mm-hmm.
physical demand
Mm-hmm.
is, but I think you in Jamaica we say easier times breeds a softer person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think not having to struggle as much has
Mm-hmm.
made me become just a little bit more laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know, maybe it's something about that second born, because there are so many things that my son does that my daughter never did. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's always throwing me for a loop. Like, how did we get here? How did you think of this?
Mm.
He keeps me on my toes. But boys need their dads, and I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for my husband, because he is definitely a present father. Like, he plays his part, minus the fact that he's military. So a lot of the times he's not here. But when he's here,
Mm-hmm.
he's here.
Wow. And that differentiation of the your daughter's father, who he had more time to be there, but he was not there. And then your husband now, who doesn't have all the time to be there, but he's there so much when he is that when even when he's not, he's still there.
Yeah. And it's really, if he wants to, he will.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Hey.
really, if he wants to. You cannot force fatherhood or being
Mm-hmm.
responsible on any person. It's something
Mm.
that you definitely have to want to do, because whether you're in a good mood, a bad mood, you're hungry, you're frustrated, whatever it is, you will still have to parent.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
so it's a choice that you have to make 100% of the time.
Yes. What was that transition from, or would you say that going from 0 to 1 was harder than going from 1 to 2?
No, that 1 to 2, the 1 to 2, and now the 2 to 3, I am fighting for my life. So I love the baby stage. Like I love the mushy, just so needy, feed you, you just take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
We're okay. I always know where you are because I can literally just look and the baby's there. Now I can't sit down for 5 minutes. If there's silence, I know that it's highly likely a situation. So I am fighting for my life with this little boy, and he does not take a nap in the day.
Mm.
So yes, it's that 1 to 2, and now this 2 to 3 stage,
Mm.
trying to teach him when he's deciding that he's going to play. Like it was just so much easier with my
Mm-hmm.
daughter. So I'm learning all over with my son. Definitely
Oh.
learning all over with my son.
Okay, that's good. Is there anything about your pre-motherhood that you miss that you would really like to be doing now, or are you still doing it to keep Jillian's identity?
This resignation, I'm supposed to be working on resetting, rediscovering, finding me, because I definitely lost a great part of myself between just being a teacher and being a mom. So
Mm,
being just me became so minuscule. So I need to
mm,
remind myself that they're existing in my world. I'm not existing in theirs.
mm,
So
mm,
I need to recenter
mm,
myself. But yeah, so that is the goal. I need to find the outgoing person, the person who was passionate about working out, the person who would enjoy cooking,
mm,
or just the little things. Just
mm.
the little things I need to get back to.
Before that, what were you doing to keep Jilly, keep your personality?
I was very, I want to say, self sufficient or I was very intentional. I never missed my hair appointments. I never missed my nail appointments. I would have an occasional massage. I would always be going somewhere. And in Jamaica, there are a lot of things to do. But also every summer, I would be taking a flight somewhere, and it would be just me and my bag. So it was, it was so easy to do it then.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to plan, okay, I need to get a babysitter and I need to pack, and everything now is like a chore. So I
Mm-hmm.
need to start telling myself that I get to,
Mm-hmm.
and not I have this to do, or it's a matter of perspective.
Mm,
Like I'm going to retrain my thinking to
mm-hmm.
appreciate what is, but still make time for what was.
Okay. Your support system, has it changed since baby number two, or is it the same? Has it improved?
So with my son, things are a little bit different because I'm no longer in Jamaica. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have as many family members here.
Mm-hmm.
My mom will come. She spent 6 months of the year with me. So 6 months with me, 6 months with my sister. And outside of that, it's my husband. So if it's a situation where my mom is not here and he's not here, then whatever I'm doing, I need to take the children with me.
Mm-hmm.
My son used to be in daycare. We pulled him, so he is 100% home, which means he is 100% my responsibility unless his dad is here and I can say, "Hey, I'm going to do this. Can you watch
Mm-hmm.
the kids?" So the support is different. It's juggling, and I'm probably having to plan some activities for the time of year when my mom is here.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. It's just one
Mm-hmm.
of those things where this is the reality, and I have to learn to plan or function around it. I can always pay the daycare for a day or two to say, okay, I'm dropping him off, and you just pay the as you go rate. But I'm yet to do that.
Hey, is that because mom is home full time now? So,
Yes, and it's like it's not sunk in yet that I'm home full time because as a teacher, this would typically be summer break. So it's like part of me is still functioning like, okay, you're on summer break and when
mm,
school reopens. So it's like I'm waiting to see what life will be like when school opens and I'm dropping off my daughter to school and then I have the rest of the day to just I don't know. I don't know what the days
yay.
are gonna look like.
I
So
mean,
it's
that's something to look forward to, though, you
it
know?
is. It is. So I think to make it work, I might definitely have to work on a schedule to say, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing at X times of the day, which day it is that I'll do house stuff, which day it is that I'm going to ensure that I'm pouring into me. Like maybe putting it in writing will retrain and remind my brain that, hey, every day should not be spent picking up around the house, or every day should not be spent just sitting down doing nothing or so. Just to ensure that I don't overdo any
Mm-hmm.
one thing with this abundance of time that I'm supposed to have. I will have to plan the days accordingly.
Hey, has there ever been a time where you and your support system clashes with parenting styles where you're like, we don't do that anymore?
In
Or,
the initial stages, because my son is my husband's first child, and so he's
Mhm.
new to parenting, and so there were in the very early stages there are things that we would not agree on, but then he would come to realize that hey, yeah, she's done this before, and apparently it does work. And so he's become way more receptive
Mm-hmm.
now, but I also try to not hover or dictate because I really wanted him to learn as well, not just take everything at face value when I said it, but to go through the trenches. And so it would make him more appreciative while being more aware that
Mm-hmm.
parenting is it's a unique experience. But as it relates to traditional things, no, because my mother is really a person who she's respectful of whatever it is that I would prefer.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say, okay, I would like for the kids to have a bottle of porridge or a bottle of tea in the morning before whatever else, that's what they're gonna get. This is what your mom would like for you to have. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not, oh no, that's not what they should get. So she's pretty respectful of what I would like, and she just supports and goes from there. So that helps a lot.
Hey, yes. Come through,
Yeah.
Mama Jilly. How do you handle the pressure of being a perfect mother?
First of all, I know that doesn't exist. So it's it's all about perspective
Mm-hmm.
because you will see somebody who you think is perfect, and ideally it has a lot to do with what you can afford.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can afford to pay somebody to clean, if you can afford to pay somebody to do the laundry, that frees up a lot of energy. It's not even the time, but it's the energy that you need to do other things.
Mm-hmm.
So what really makes that mom a perfect mom? Is she outsourcing so she can channel her energy into other things? Or is she neglecting something so she can channel her energy into some things? Or does she have older children where she can delegate tasks?
Mm-hmm.
Is her partner stay at home partner? Is her partner a work from home partner? What is the dynamic that makes it perfect? But
Mm-hmm.
there is no perfect. It's really about a system that person might create that works for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I know that the perfect mother,
Does not exist.
it doesn't.
So what's also a myth about motherhood that you thought going into the experience and now you've debunked it like, yeah, that doesn't happen.
That's a great question. I'm thinking, what myths did I hear? I can't remember. I
Like
remember.
one would be, for example, kids don't slow you down.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to sleep through the night once they, or you know how people say sleep like a baby, and babies don't sleep
No,
the whole night.
no, and the funny thing is because they do sleep, but
Mm-hmm.
by the time they get to be sleeping, we're so exhausted. There's no energy to go do whatever else. Or when they're sleeping, we spend the energy trying to do all of the things we wanted to do that we couldn't do when they were
Mm-hmm.
awake, so that by the second time around when they wake up, we are exhausted. We now become impatient. We are fatigued. And I saw a thing that says, imagine you are living in an adult in a world where all the persons around you are tired and frustrated, and their energy, how will their energy affect you?
Mm,
And then they say that's the world that a lot of children are living in.
mm,
So we are sometimes the problem. It's not them.
golly.
So it was an interesting perspective, and that has caused me to, when I'm about to become impatient, I'm thinking, okay, this it's not his fault or it's not her fault. It's really
Mm,
my poor planning.
mm,
So I've learned that I need to plan better because I know they have schedules. I know that when he wakes up, not going to be sleeping. So the first thing I try to do is I take him outside. We burn some energy outside. Then when he comes in, he'll be more receptive to doing a little bit of educational stuff, a little bit of learning, a little bit of,
mhm,
and then it's back to free play or whatever. Sometimes I can get him down for a nap if I spend enough time outside, but then spending time outside also exhausts me because that's
mhm.
fun.
Hey, so your kids, you can see your reflection of yourself in your kids.
Yes, with my daughter, yes, absolutely.
When do you feel the most connected to your babies, or is it do you connect with them differently?
They have time before bed where I'm in the bed with the both of them, and we're in the dark, but we're just talking and cuddling and just winding down. I love that time of the day. Like, I love that time of the day so much, where my daughter can probably vent or ask random questions, and my son just wants to be held and hugged and do a little bit of tumbling here and there. But it's really just a safe space to connect to both of them, to remind them that no matter how rough the day was, you're still loved.
Oh, that's good.
That's what I call that time of the night. So that just before bedtime, we get that time in each
Mm,
day, and they look forward to that time, and so do I. And sometimes I end up falling asleep in there with them, and that's okay.
hey,
It's just me trying to remind them that it's a safe space.
hey. Okay, so let's go into how are we balancing being a wife and being a mom and being chilly.
If that's it's I don't know that there's a balance. I try to cater to all three,
Mm,
but I had to teach my husband that, you know, in order for me to show up as a wife, the weight of being a mom had to not be so heavy.
mm-hmm,
And it's something that sometimes they're not aware, because we do this so well
mm,
that it's just taken for granted. But once he became aware, then there are times where he can recognize that I'm overstimulated by the kids and he'll pull them, or he may cook dinner. So that's one less thing that I have to worry about. So there are things that he will take off my plate. So it
mm-hmm.
makes me more interested or more willing to be wife, if that makes
Hey.
sense.
Yes.
Because there's no resentment to say, oh, I've been doing this all day and all you did was sit there and did nothing. So that there's not that resentment. So
Mm-hmm,
but to say that there is a proper balance between all three,
mm-hmm.
there isn't. I'm hoping to find it now that I'm not focused on work.
Mm,
But
yes.
it's right, it's not there yet.
Because now
Yes.
when both the kids are gone and it's just y'all at the house.
Oh Lord. And it's funny because he was home for 2 years, and then but I still went to work. I know I'm about to be home. He's gone back to work. So somewhere in the
Mm,
middle we'll meet.